Liisa Kovala, author of the book The Day Soon Dawns, spoke at Sioux Public Library, sharing stories of her father's experiences as a young Finnish man during the Second World War and his time in a concentration camp.
So tonight was the signature event, and I was asked to participate by being a speaker at this library event. And I spoke about my father's experiences during the war and as a concentration camp survivor. My dad was 11 when Russian bombs hit his hometown of Oulu, Finland. And by the time he was 15, he became a sailor on a merchant marine ship. He lied about his age, of course. And in September 1944, his ship was captured in Danzig, Poland, and the sailors were all sent to a concentration camp called Stutthof. It was the first concentration camp that was built outside of Germany, and actually the last one to be liberated as well.
Liisa paints a vivid picture of survival and hope, drawing on her father's painful memories of the past to bring light to a dark period in recent history.
It was actually a very challenging process for my father and I to go through. I think it had been almost 70 years. He rarely talked about what happened. I'm a fairly emotional person, so I was concerned about him telling me stories and just sobbing. But basically we sat down every Sunday afternoon for several hours, and he would know what it was he wanted to tell me about that week. And I imagine he was home all week thinking about what he wanted to share with me that week, and I didn't even have to come prepared with questions or anything. He just knew. We talked about his childhood, we talked about the Winter War, we talked about his experiences on this merchant marine ship. And then he even told me about the train to Stutthof, and then he left me at the death gate before entering the camp and spent the next several weeks, maybe months, talking about after the war, compulsory military training, other things, being back onto a merchant marine ship, moving to Canada. And I thought, this is never going to happen. We're never going to hear the stories about the camp. And it was a challenge, but eventually he did open up and started telling me about what happened in the camp, the death marches, the day of liberation, all of those things. Eventually, I think he was able to confront those memories. And the way my father has gone through everything and come out of it as a really happy person, a really giving person, somebody who's always there for other people. After everything he's been through, he could have been bitter, he could have been angry. He chose to be happy. And I've learned a lot from him about how to live your life. And I take a lot away from that. So it is a story about resilience and survival and hope. It's a difficult story to read, I think. But it does remind us that we are survivors and we can get through pretty much anything.
For more information about Liisa Kovala and her book, go to liisakovala.com. And for news of upcoming events at the Sioux Public Library, check out ssmpl.ca. For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Matt Giulietti.